Good morning. Well, actually, it's good afternoon, isn't it? It's 12:26 p.m. on a sunny Saturday afternoon in what do we call this place now? Well, it was Auckland. It's now Tamaki Makarau, and but I'm not. I mean, it's always been that anyway. I don't really give a shit about that. It's all cool, but I don't subscribe to the Aotearoa, I think, because it wasn't on any of the founding documents. It was New Tarini or New Terraini, or I would imagine it would be New Terraini, because you have to change the way you speak when you speak a certain language. So, I'm not taking this. I think it's great. We have two languages here, but it seems that one of the languages is just being ignored, isn't it? Anyway, just a quick update. I didn't actually intend to make the video about language. The video is actually about what's happening with Facebook. So, when I do eventually get back on Facebook, which I think will be able to happen without my passport or driver's license, which they made it appear was the only way when they did what they did. I suspect what happened is that someone in one of the groups I was in reported me, and I suspect it's someone to do with Calvin Alp and the Counterspin team. I just recently sort of had a bit of a dig at them, nothing too serious considering how little they actually do, but anyway, and anyway, whether it was them or whether it wasn't them, it was someone. Who cares? I mean, it was someone, wasn't it? So anyway, I will post up all the error messages when I finally do get back online. In the meantime, I had some personal stuff to get on with. Couple of cases to be heard, and some resolutions occurred out of that I'm not ecstatic about, but it's not gone the way the other side was hoping it would go either. So I could have probably pushed a bit harder, but I couldn't be bothered. Sometimes you just get sick of shit, and you just have to do what you need to do to get something off your plate and out of the way, because we've all got too many things on our plate right now, haven't we? So in that week, anyway, I was going to talk to my friend, and she, even though I've got her actual phone number, she is usually available on a Messenger, so I went about getting myself back on Messenger again, which I was successful in doing. Which actually took quite a bit of going around in circles, how Facebook is. And so I got that sorted, and I thought, well, I'm just going to leave Facebook because I've got a hell of a week anyway, and it was a pain in the ass to do the Messenger side of it, and my patience was wearing rather thin, and also Facebook had said that they're keeping me out of posting to groups for 6 days. What's the point of getting on in that 6 days, yeah, so, and basically fuck Facebook. If you're gonna ban me here or ban me there, well, off you go, ban me, and then I'm just gonna use my other platforms and develop them. So that's what I spent the week doing, developing my other platforms a little bit, not hugely, but I put more effort in there than I normally would do, and yeah, that's cool. Got a few more followers on Twitter, and in a couple of other spaces. So what else has happened? Well, I'd started sharing stuff on Telegram, which we all know is crap. But anyway, and there was Hikoi of Truth, or Hikoi of Lies, it should really be. So anyway, I was on there. I was posting to groups where I could see there was a lot of action, because on Telegram you can see how many posts I've had since you last looked, and because I don't look at anything, the numbers are getting up into the thousands. Do I want to go here? Nah, don't need a lotto ticket at the moment. And yes, so I saw Hikoi of Truth, and I saw that there was heaps. They just constantly gabbling with the QAnon kind of, this is happening in America, and the cryptocurrency, and Nezra, and just all that shit, eh? And we're gonna have Nuremberg too. Anyway, all this shit, eh? It's just seriously, it's just and the sovereign movement people and that are actually classed as terrorists. So I must get off the group eventually because it's just a pile of poo. But anyway, who was on the pile of poo? But Brad Flutey, or as I call him, Brad Fruity. Right, and I call him Fruity because we all know that, what's her name? Sue Gray, such a forgettable person. Sue Gray pointed out when he left the outdoors party back in 2020 before even running in the election and ran off to the social credit party with Letich, who's now unfortunately dead for him. Which one am I going? Actually, I want to go right, not left. These guys, who knows, I don't know where they're going. Alright, so I'm going right, then I'm going to go left. But I'm actually supposed to be going down there because I'm meeting a friend at a cafe. But I'm going to pull in here because I need some information. Anyway, boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, so we went off to, so Sue pointed out his disability, and when he left the outdoors party, she worded it in a very clever way, saying that, and I am too. I'm concerned for the mental health of all people that have trouble in those areas. You know, it's obviously you too. It mustn't be nice, you know, being trapped in your own prison in your head or whatever happens. So anyway, so he left there, went to there. He got kicked out of there. Got kicked out of social credit because there was too much trouble, you know, causing all the trouble in all the shops, beating people up and making a mess of the shelves and making police bring their tasers out and then saying he wasn't violent when clearly in the videos he is violent, and just all this silliness. And he's taking his I mean, it's just sad. He took his own child to a booze shop to go and have a fight. Anyway, so I see Brad's on there and he's still collecting money for his digging at Marsden, which is now turned into save the refinery or reinstate the refinery, some bullshit. And look, let's just get this out of the way. If you can't sort out a nice, decent, lovely, non-global integrated government for New Zealand, how are you going to start up a refinery, bro? Like, you know, I remember back when he first started his little money-making lark on the refinery, that I said to him, well, it's $20 million to regenerate the catalyst, which was part of its long-term maintenance plan, you know, every so many years, 5 years, whatever it is, 5, 10, 15 years, whatever it is. There's $20 million to I don't know, put the crystals on the special crystal machine, whatever it is. The catalyst needs regenerating. And there was a known cost, and it was at that point that they closed the refinery, right? Not for a good reason, it was just an excuse. But anyway, but you needed $20 million to do that. Then and I said, oh, so you want $25 million? And he scoffed and, oh, Phil, you don't know anything about running a business and you know, you need way more than that. So, I mean, he's looking for, say, let's call it 40 million, eh? Let's say he's looking for 40 million. But in reality, you'd have to probably buy the site. So if just doing the reactor is 20 million, then running the thing, according to Brad, because I had no idea, apparently. So let's just double it, make it 40 million to you know, pay wages and stuff for a few years and that sort of thing. And then you need to buy the site as well, you know, to own everything, right? So what's that going to be? Let's call it another 60 million. So you need $100 million. So Brad wants to be the guy that holds on to $100 million, and I'm just asking, where's your books, where's your paperwork, where's your donations? He won't say anything. It's like, who are you? Have you paid in? Have you paid $1? And I'm like, nah, I'm not that dumb, bro. Like, you fucking, what have you done with all your money? What have you done with all that money? Anyway, he just abuses, like Brad does. He just abuses you online. And I'm saying, look, you're on this group that's actually classed as a terrorism group because you got all the sovereign citizen, and that's been classed as a terrorist word and that. And then he's on a honeypot. It's a honeypot. And I'm going to jail. He's going to make sure I go to jail with the Nuremberg stuff. Well, he said, I'll be going to jail. He didn't specifically say Nuremberg, but there's other stuff on the site that links to this Nuremberg bullshit. And I'm like, oh, and he goes, I know who you're with, and oh man, this stuff is kind of crazy, eh? Cray. I mean, he's going from Brad Fruity to Brad Cray Cray Fruity very quickly. So anyway, he's just a cunt, basically. So that's that. That's been my week. So he's sucked up my week, as they do. They just use up your week. They use up your time. These people, eh? They're like a leech of energy. That's what Brad Fruity is. He's a leech of energy, that guy. Anyway, that's just a bit of an update. I've got to get in. I'm supposed to meet some people and stuff like that. Sorry about the glasses, but it was just a bit bright this morning, so not morning anymore, but it's lunchtime. Oh yes, and the other thing that's happened is that my local recreation centre, someone urinated in the sauna again. So I've actually done a submission to the local board, who are all Labourites, of course, and about the fact that they have free entry and they don't have this problem anywhere else around Auckland. So, and yet we pay targeted rates, normal land rates, plus a membership, and yeah, they just let people go and urinate in the sauna. It smells disgusting. And yet they won't chuck people out wearing underwear from their day's work, that they just wear their underwear, that you're not supposed to do. They won't chuck people out wearing shoes into the sauna because they want to be hot as. It's like, get up on the top seat, stop sitting on the bottom seat. It's like, you see all these people all dressed, all sweating out their fat. And seriously, I've seen them for years, and their fat doesn't change. And, well, not from a sauna anyway. It's what you stick in your mouth's going to do that. Anyway, so you see these people over and over again. But the ones wearing all the clothes, they're always on the bottom seat. Get on the top seat, you know. Anyway, so that's an ongoing thing too. I'll have to update you on that, but I've given them a list of suggestions. Send it through to all the board members, the chairman, the co-chairman. They happen to both be men, so that's why I say chairmen. If they were chairwomen, I'd say chairwoman, and if they were trans chairs, I'd say the trans chairs. Okay. So, I mean, coming up, I'm sure there will be kiddie chairs, because they'll have kids running the city, and because that's, I guess, the final result of where they're going. And next thing will be run by a spermatozoa and an egg. I'm just joking, but we are going pretty mental, aren't we? So all they need to do is charge for entering the pool, like they do around the rest of Auckland, right? That's all they need to do. The scum that, like, literally, what have we had happen in the complex? We've had a guy in the women's showing himself to 12-year-old plus women. He also kicked a hole in the wall, and then he spread poo all over the walls, making some sort of new age art. However he felt, you know, he wanted to express himself, obviously. And we have people with those things on those ankle bracelets. They pop in as well, in groups usually. What else? We have people blowing vapes in front of the staff there that tell them off. It's just basically a disaster. It's just a disaster. And then you've got staff that can't be bothered cleaning. Not in the gym. The gym staff are wonderful. The reception staff are really good as well. And even there's another group that does the stadium. They're all right. But just these pool staff, some of them are all right, but the other ones, they just get these real youngsters doing the job. They're scared to approach anyone that's seriously causing any trouble. They don't, they want to leave before they clean, and just a pain in the ass when you're paying land rates, targeted rates, and a membership, and you got shit art for walls. And the smell of urine in the sauna. It's just not my cup of tea, eh? It's obviously a Labourite's dream, but it's just not. The experiment is not working. So yeah. Anyway, there you go. I'm looking for another place to join, and or get the local people of the area to have their say. Is this how they want their facility to be run? Because the problem is that all the local landowners pay all these rates and targeted rates, and yet people from the next suburb over who aren't targeted, they all pile in because it's a newer, better centre than what they've got. And they've obviously just already made art all over the walls, and their walls are full, so they come to our centre to start, giving us some of their beautiful art. And and their sort of natural essences in the sauna. Lovely, lovely. Anyway, we must try to let sanity prevail, and I don't think hoping that Trump's going to get in is going to do fuck all for the people of New Zealand. I think we have to get together and have a conversation. Anyway, see you guys later, and yeah, hopefully you'll see me on Facebook soon. Ciao.